I think in a couple of days is the new patch for HSR where Cyrene is being revealed or released. And they released a Golden Epic trailer farewell. I'm not ready to say goodbye to Amphorius, but we're gonna watch all 4 languages because I really want to be all caught up before the patch drops. Yeah, it's literally 2 days because it's Monday now and the patches drop on Wednesday. So yeah, literally 2 days. Less than 2 days.
3, 2, 1. Eyes open. Oh, the shooting star didn't arrive.
Better be released
But
with full
I know it might
Eidolons.
appear next time. So, I need to be prepared. Where should I start the story this time?
Do I need to be
Do you
prepared?
like
Fine.
this one? Romance and reason? Working together as an unstoppable force?
So I'm guessing what's happening is she's waiting for the shooting star. That shooting star feels like it symbolizes Danheng and the Trailblazer. And this is her going through like the different cycles that she's been through and all of the different variations and timelines. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But oh my gosh, a reality in which Anaxa and Aglaya work together?
Or a contest between kings?
Oh,
With both law and strife, raising the first banner
that
of
would be
war.
interesting.
I see life and death never parting.
The
so
strongest
that the
self-insert
world
writer in
has
history.
twice as much warmth. I also see the Holy Maiden of Twilight, returning upon a rainbow in triumph and again. The tides rise and fall, with the ocean's songstress walking toward new life. And 2 beating hearts are finally honest with each other.
That was so gay. And I mean gay in the romantic sense. That was wow. And 2 beating hearts are finally honest with each other. Jesus Christ. This is beautiful. Oh, this is so pretty. That's so sweet. It is. I love it. Oh.
Heart. And yet, all these warm tales still end with some small regrets. If fate only ever has one course, could this be just an overly naive dream? Could you give me more time, please? Amphorius won't be forgotten. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning. Then, let's try this.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom. Why does it feel like that's kind of like the imagery is like very symbolic, right? Of the you guys know how like was it Fuli who broke up and dispersed into the universe? Like the imagery of that makes me think of how pollen travels in the wind. Like after the flowers bloom and then they can begin a new like cycle of life with their new seed and stuff. It feels and you know, considering that she, like March, is like one of those little crystals of pollen, it feels like we're seeing what her story blooms into, you know? So I'm just talking about like the symbolism and imagery. I don't have any theories or any ideas. I'm not like so deeply invested in the story, but I think that's really pretty. You can't believe Catgirl is gonna confess. I know. Well, Cypher lose all her powers if she's honest with her. It's fine if she's about to die anyway.
And leave a blank space for the final story.
Oh! Speaking of breaking
Hi, long time no see.
breaking up into
Where
pieces.
should I start this time? Let me share a creative tip with you.
We're gonna take all the water.
Hello. All right, it's your turn. At the very end, come imagine with me the true starry skies,
Oh,
just like my first hope.
the true star.
Would the shooting star come in like this, or this? Pity, I probably won't be around to see it, but we'll definitely meet again in the distant future.
Yeah, I feel like
Then it's set.
that's definitely the Trailblazer.
When the time comes, please once again call me Cyrene, okay?
Oh. Amphorius is hatching and it's a girl. Yeah. She's blooming.
3, 2, 1. 눈 뜬다. 유성은 아직이네. 하지만 다음엔 나타날 거란 걸 알아. 그러니 이 몸은 준비 단단히 해둬야지. 이번에는 어디서부터 이야기해줘야 할까?
Oh my gosh.
이건 어때? 낭만과
Baby
이성의
Finon.
힘을 합치면
So cute.
무적이잖아. 왕들의 싸움도 있어. 분쟁과 율법이 전쟁의 첫 번째 군기를 놓고 다투지. 나는 생과 사가 언제나 함께고 세계가 2배로 따뜻해진 걸 봤어. 조석의 성녀가 무지개를 밟으며 개선하는 것도 봤지. 한 번, 또 한 번. 조수가 오르내리고
Nostalgia
바다에
bait is
노래하는
okay,
자는
but pull it off
새로운
properly
삶을
at
향해
least.
나아갔어. 한 번. 그리고 요동치는 두 진심은 마침내 서로에게 솔직해졌지.
Dude, that,
그러나
hang on a second. Imagine they actually kept that Cyrene instead of hard turning her character into an Elysia XP, carrying almost nothing from her from as normal Cyrene. That is kind of what I'm hearing, is that they're not really letting her be herself. I've never played Honkai Impact 3rd, so I don't really have any idea. But it does seem a little unfair, given that I do think, like, that was very different from the response to Kevin, right? Although, like, what Finon turns into is quite Kevin, so maybe we should have seen it coming all along. Busy and have less expectation, but you're so glad Cyrene is coming out. Yeah. I mean, I'm still glad that she gets to be like released and playable. That's nice. But yeah, as for her kit, a little bit concerning if what they showed on the live stream was her E6. Yeah, I have no idea what OG Cyrene was like, so I think I have like less like of a sense of disparity. It's just based on what I hear other people like saying. So
이 따스한 이야기들은 결국 소소한 아쉬움을 남겼어. 분명히 단 하나의 궤적만 있다면 그저 순진한 꿈에 불과한 걸. 그러니까 나한테 시간을 조금 더 주지 않을래? 엠포리어스는 버려지지 않을 거야. 끝이 시작을 낳듯 그대는 꽃이 필 때 끝을.
Amphorius won't be forgotten is what is said in English, I think. In Korean, it says, Amphorius won't be tossed aside, won't be abandoned, won't be thrown away. That word can be translated in various ways. So I'm just throwing out how that could be translated. E6 on stream thing confirmed. You guys will see her kit when it comes out. Yeah.
맞이하게 될 것이다.
Maybe people recognize that it isn't like a regular kit because of something that you can see on this from the screen. But yeah, does not bode well.
그러면 한번 해보지 뭐.
Like maybe a function that doesn't exist. Like if you're at E0.
세월을 영원에서 지워버리는
I wasn't
거야.
watching that clearly because I was just like,
마지막 이야기를 위해 공백을 남겨두자.
it's a live stream, you know?
안녕, 오랜만이야. 이번에는 어느 페이지부터 읽지?
Finon still has decent ties with Kevin, but Alicia and Cyrene is so different from each other. No tarot cards, no unique accessories. She just did a sharp corner into the bridal theme. Yeah, the bridal theme was a little bit surprising. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's just because, like, in general, like literal waifu bait is just not my thing. And I don't have the backstory either to be like, oh, that makes sense because of Alicia. I only know it makes sense because of Alicia, but I don't have because I've never played that story, right? It's just, again, something I'm kind of told. Whereas, like, yeah, like Finon's ultimate design and stuff, the way that it ended up being really was taken from the story of Amphorius and taken from what his character is now. So it does feel, yeah, I kind of more jarring to see Cyrene in a wedding dress. But it's, I don't know. She's been talking about romance for so long. I'm like, all right, maybe I could buy that, you know? May not have as much staying power in future versions because she's built to be a custom support. Yes, she is very specifically built for Amphorius DPSs. And I don't really foresee that being great for the way that Star Rail constantly gets power crept or power creeps itself. Unlike Sunday, who's a universal. Yeah, exactly. Or like Aventurine and stuff.
팁을 공유해줄게. 잘 가의 뜻은 안녕이야.
She loves romance so much she's literally gonna marry the idea.
마지막은 이 몸이랑 같이 상상해보자고. 처음 기대했던 것처럼 진정한 별 하늘을 말이야. 유성은 이렇게 움직일까? 아니면 이렇게? 아쉽게도 이 몸은 기다릴 수 없을 것 같아. 하지만 먼 훗날 우린 꼭 다시 만나게 될 거야.
She starts.
약속이다.
Huh.
그때가 되면 다시 한번 날 키레네라고 불러줄래?
Okay. Oh, I just noticed something. So, she starts using the form, and her tone also starts to sound like maybe a little bit closer to that too. But she starts sounding like meme, like meme. Because she says, or Mimi, because she says like she uses emomen, which isn't like I think how normally Cyrene addresses herself. I could be wrong though. So she's using like the form that Mimi uses to address herself, which is interesting. If she's the bride, who's the groom? Humanity is the groom, right? Yeah, Alicia is basically the personification of love and the bride of humanity. So the bridal concept is really strong. Yeah, I think like it's more interesting if they had like maybe gone the route of, I guess in the last quest they did try to really emphasize her love for humanity in order to maybe lead into that wedding thing, but it does feel a little bit forced when this entire time, rather than being like the bride of humanity or like showing her love in humanity in such a romantic way, the way that she's been expressing her love of humanity has been a little bit different with the way that she interprets the tarot cards or the way that she tells the story or tries to tell the story or preserves the memories of the stories in Amphorius, right? So I feel like but maybe they like it maybe they ran out of ideas for how to express that because they already have the Trailblazer and Mimi doing the whole author penmanship book thing. So they took that away from her and maybe they were like, ah, fuck, we have no ideas. And they fell back on the Bride of Humanity thing. Maybe that's what happened. If her aesthetic was based on tarot cards or storyteller, it'd make more sense. Yeah, I agree. But maybe they did that too early on and now they can't.
3、2、
Fine, I'm running away from the altar into my day or in Axel's arms. Yes, for sure.
流れ星はお預けかしら。
Well, like definitely Finon, yeah, or Kaelus's arms, but everyone would run into Kaelus's arms. But Finon is definitely like bros with Cyrene, but you never feel any sense of romantic tension between them, which I like. I appreciate that. But I think that makes sense because they're soulmates, but they're not soulmates in the way that lovers are. And also, they're more like pillars. They're both the pillars of Amphorius, of humanity. Their mission has never been to love each other, but to love humanity and sacrifice themselves for humanity. Finon, I would say, is not Cyrene's groom, but I would say he's a type of groom for humanity, right? So you can pick. You can pick who you want to walk towards as you go down the aisle. Our Joshua Waters, who owes everyone therapy and capable of voicing a straight boy.
でも次はきっと見られるわよね。だから準備しておかなくっちゃ。今回はどこから話そうかしら。
They already have a pipeline to turn Cyrene into an XP. There might be some time crunch. It's true, yeah. I feel like they just maybe ran out of issues. Or like, ran out of time. Or ideas. Okay, but the 300 dollar for the ultimate skin is kind of crazy. That's I don't approve of that. I can understand like other developmental issues and stuff, but that's too much. That's too fucking much. Her Japanese voice is very nice.
甘く儚い夢でしかないのかしらね。もう少しだけ時間をちょうだい。コンパロスが見捨てられることはない。終わりが始まりを生むように、汝は花が開くときに終わりを迎えるだろう。じゃあやってみるわね。永遠から歳月を消し去り、最後の物語には空白を残すの。
Yeah, she's blooming. She's about to bloom.
はーい、久しぶりね。さて、今回は何のお話をしようかしら。創作の秘訣教えるわ。さよならはハローって意味。さあ、今度はあなたの番。一緒に想像しましょう。本当の星空をあの頃みたいに。
The $300 arena is gonna be a
流
black
れ
spot.
星は
Yeah.
どんな風に現れるのかしら。私はそれを見られないかもしれないけど、いつかきっとまた会えるわ。だから約束。その時はきっとまた私をキュレネって呼んでね。いいで
Dude,
しょ。
her voice is so sweet in Japanese. It's so pleasant. I love it. I really like her voice. I feel like there's so much affection towards her though that there will be people who will pull because like unless they absolutely like fuck it up at the finish line, you know what I mean? Like that would be so bad. But like whatever the concepts that she ends up like however she ends up, you know, looking like her physical concept, I feel like there is a deep attachment to her. And that might be another reason why people are upset, right? Because there's an attachment to this amphorious version of Alicia. And I think people will pull no matter what. And I don't think it's necessarily going to even be just because of Alicia. I do feel like Cyrene as a character has become one that people really like, you know? Which again, I think might be why people are upset if she's just turning into an Alicia XP, like physically.
3、2、
She's gonna get pulled, she'll get
这里。
fixed, hopefully.
哎呀，流星没有来呢，但我知道，也许下一次他就会出现，所以人家可得做好准备呀。那么这一回，故事该从哪里讲起呢？你喜欢吗？浪漫与理性强强联手，所向披靡，还有王者们的争锋。纷争与律法逐鹿，高举第一支战旗。我看见
If they offered a Danheng ultimate where he said took off his shirt for a bit, you might be tempted. No, it's like it's not even like you know, it's not even like really aiming at like the degenerates or anything like that. It's just like it's maybe we can look it up after. It's not good. It's not. Oh. 300 whole new Steam games. More than that, right? But also it's like $300 if you think about like Eidolons and constellations and stuff, right? It's enough for at least a couple of those. So oh, I am in pain right now. Yeah, it's not even for the degens. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you. You're gonna be like, what? You're heading after. Okay. After this, I'll see if you can find it. Hopefully. We should finish this just because it's almost done. But the story really is ending. I'm not ready to say goodbye to Amphorius.
好啦，到你了，最后和人家一起想象一下吧，真正的星空。
Just a slight change on what was shown in the glass.
最初的期待。
I think there's like another small thing, but like it's not very. It's not worth $300 for sure.
人家似乎等不到了。
And it's not even like it's a
但在遥远
skin,
的未来，
like the way
我们一定会
Fireflies is a
重逢。
skin.
那就约好了。
It's like it's It's literally just a variation in her ultimate. So it's like something you only pay attention to if you're watching the game and you know how people play this game. Like a lot of people just put it on auto in the background. They're not watching, you know? Okay. Cyrene skin is a scam. Cyrene skin comparison. Optional free. Okay. Well, we have a lot of choices, so let's click this one. She gets a little more glowy and she gets Amphora's aura ring. Finon at least took his whole shirt off. Yes. Yeah, and that was free. They let us have that for free. So this is the slight variation, whatever. And then this. So you get some. So you get pictures here of just like her, and then up here you get pictures of her with other people, other memories. That's it. So you get if you pull for her, like sorry, if you get her free one, it's just her, and then you get some. That's it. So bad. Ah. The music is good though. I like the song, but $300 for a low-res suggestion of a hug on screen for 0. Yeah, okay, so we've got multiple issues with it. 1, everyone plays at 2 times speed. 2, everyone plays auto with their phone away from them as they work or do other shit. Like, who's paying for this? That is the Cyrene skin fiasco of 2025. Robbery has never been this pretty. Yeah, this is Cyrene going into your house in a wedding dress and robbing you. But you take it anyway. Like, those are the people who are paying $300. Is she has come into their house and she is just robbing them. And they're allowing her to do that because they love her that much. I didn't mean for things to turn out this way. I was just gonna enjoy the trailer, but here we are. Here we are.